necessary steps and actions that are required in LTM, but again, we'll go through them in much more detail moving forward. So step 1 for LTM, logging in to the LTM application. So again, first and foremost, you have to have access. It needs to be approved, ensure it's the correct level, and always make sure that you can get in before you go to sit down with the carrier to begin mapping. You need to enter your ACE ID and password, and just like VPN, Google Chrome and Microsoft Edge is the recommended browser for LTM as well. Step 2 is selecting the unit and route for LTM mapping. So once you get logged in, you're going to enter your 5-digit zip code over there on the route, and you're going to see all your routes populate under that zip code. What you are looking for is for the status of that route to be blue, and it would be in a REX review required of the route you just completed over in VPN. Now, again, don't forget, you need to wait at least 10 minutes, minimum 10 minutes from the time you submit in VPN to the time that you go into LTM. We've got to give the system enough time to send all that data over for you. So if you see that blue REX review required status, that means you can proceed with LTM. And the end goal is getting to this green REX confirmation complete status. So again, that is the end goal for every route, all 81,000 of them. But some other statuses that you could see when you arrive at LTM, we just want to make you aware, is that scanner issue. So it would be highlighted in red, and scanner issue just says, hey, we don't have breadcrumbs or enough breadcrumbs, and they're available less than 15 days of the last 6 weeks. So we got to address that issue. Again, that can be caused by a bad scanner setup, an incorrect zip code, route ID. And not only do you need to check the scanner of the regular, you need to check it of any other carriers that might be carrying that route to ensure that it's correct. Now, if you check all your scanners, you don't find any issues with the scanner setup, you could have a bigger issue that you may need to reach out to the USPS help desk for assistance with that actual scanner. And then also you can trade out the scanners. If you have a spare, swap it out and see if that resolves the issue for you. It usually will take at least 15 days for that issue to be resolved. And then second here, we have Vpn Mapping Required. That's also highlighted in red. That just means we didn't get a successful submission or you didn't complete VPN, so you can't continue. The third one, return to VPN corrections needed. So we're going to talk about this one in a little bit. And what I really want to stress with this one, we got an issue with your out of travel, so there's something wrong in VPN, but don't go straight back to VPN because guess what? You really don't know what you're going back to look at. So if you have this status, we're going to show you how to handle that because we're going to give you some additional information that we'll show you just a little bit later in the training. This fourth one is blue. Blue is always good, means REX update required. That may mean that you had to go back into VPN and make some corrections. And when you would come back after you would submit it in VPN again and wait your 10 minutes, then your REX review required status would now be REX update required. So just notice some changes. So you can proceed. This next one in yellow, rejection by user. So this means the path between 2 or more stops has been rejected, and that also includes any alternate path. So the user has rejected the route and we can't proceed, and we'll talk about that as well in just a few minutes. And this last status is reprocessing in progress. So the system is still updating the right route progress. Maybe you jumped in there a little too quick, we didn't wait a full 10 minutes, or it could be taking a few extra minutes. The system could be very busy. Network connectivity can contribute to that. Log out, give it a few more minutes, try it again. Again, if this status persists, you would need to reach out to the LTM support team for assistance. Step 3,